And good morning to everyone. Welcome to Scotty Ray's Weather. As you're waking up, most folks are seeing a little snow outside, something we hadn't seen for quite some time. We'll go over some of the closings that we have and road conditions of what I'm aware of. Now, keep in mind, the further north you are of I-20, the worse the road conditions are going to be. I know I spoke to someone just a little bit ago, and they were leaving out in this Bailey area where I am. And the closer they got into the city limits of Meridian, specifically, I think they were up in the North Hills area, the snow starts to kind of fade away, and the streets are kind of slushy, but not near of how much snow was just, 5 miles up the road from there. So keep that in mind. I know I had some calls from people saying how are the roads in between Meridian and Newton. I-20 is a very well-traveled road, so it's probably going to be pretty good. But any road that is a rural route road, let's call it that, that connects into that, be extremely careful with all of this stuff as you go in because it can be slick. I know the bridges right around where I live were slick here in the West Lauderdale area. Not impassable, but a little slick, so be careful in those areas. And again, everything north of Meridian is where you need to be very, very cautious on this. I've seen a bunch of pictures this morning. If you hadn't posted your picture yet, love to have some pictures of your snow. If you'll, I got a page, a thread up, and a lot of different people have thrown theirs on there. So if you've got a picture of the snow around your house, we'd love to see that. All right, let's look at what the National Weather Service is telling us. And of course, this is what was changed overnight. They drew the line north of Meridian to northwest Kemper County and Philadelphia in these areas. Now, snow originally, as we mentioned, right through here, but this is your heavier snow here. I've seen some pictures of Mississippi State this morning. It looks great. Mandy in Wahala sent me a picture of what's going on with them there. Wahala got a good bit of snow. So if you've got pictures in those areas, we'd like to see that. Now, this is Alabama, the Demopolis area. Getting that wintry mix, and then further north of Tuscaloosa, they got some heavier snow. As we look at this, now let's start with closings of what we know this morning. East Central Community College is closed. East Mississippi, which is Scuba Campus, is also closed. Choctaw Tribal Schools are doing their distance learning. They'll resume school tomorrow. Leake Academy is closed today. Leake County Schools delayed until 10 a.m. MCC is delayed until 11 a.m. this morning. Meridian Public Schools virtual learning, they'll resume tomorrow. Russell Christian Academy is closed this morning also. Now, if you've got a closing that I hadn't listed, please add that in the comments so we can pass that along to everyone else too. Lauderdale County schools are going to be delayed until 10:30 this morning. The county offices delayed until 10 a.m. Louisville is having their virtual learning day, and it's a lot of snow in the Louisville area this morning. Kemper County schools are having virtual learning. Kemper Academy, no school at all today. Sumter County Courthouse is closed today. Neshoba County schools are closed. Newton County schools are closed. And then the Newton Public Schools virtual learning day. Philadelphia schools are closed, and also Union Public Schools. Now, at this point, that's all the closings that I've had. And again, if I didn't mention a closing that you're aware of, please post that so we can throw that out to everybody else so they can see that as well. Good morning to Jennifer Stockman. Hey, girl. Patricia Boswell's up bright and early this morning. Hope you're doing good. That Miss Ann Cook, my buddy. She's up. I hope you got some coffee, Miss Ann. Mark Robertson, good morning. Robin Miller, good morning. Let's see, how are the roads in between Meridian to Starkville on Highway 45? Now, that's from Mandy Terry. I have not gotten any comments, from that area, but I would think Highway 45 is usually traveled a lot by the rigs. But do keep in mind, any bridge that you do when you leave out of Meridian, you top over into Kemper County, and you come into 2 Mile Bottom, those bridges there, that'll be probably the true test of where it will begin. And I guess we would have to get Miss Gail out in Porterville to go inspect roads for us there. But again, all through there is well traveled, but those bridges, there's a bunch of long ones in between here and Starkville. And the closer you get to Starkville, the worse it's going to be. So use extreme caution if you got to go. If you could, I'd wait till 10 o'clock or so before I left because what's going to happen in the next little bit, rain is going to come in and it's going to wash away all this snow. Now, that brings another concern about tonight's low. We're looking, if I'm not mistaken, 26 for a low tonight. Let me pull that up and make sure I'm right on that. 39 is our high today, and tonight a low of 26. So we're hoping that it'll dry out a little bit of this, but it could make a mess in the morning with rain coming down today and then turning 26 degrees tonight. So keep that in mind. Newton County roads are slick from Newton to Meridian. Interstate seems to be okay and slushy. I just got that from Wendy. So if you're coming in from there, watch those bridges again, slush in between here and there. Morning, Miss Joyce up in Tennessee. Morning to James Ware. Angela White is up and early. I hadn't seen you in a month of Sundays, girl. Tammy Pilgrim is up this morning. Let's see. Good morning from Amanda Mowdy. Hope you're doing good today. If you've got any reports, though, I'd love for you to drop that in the comments so we can pass that on. If you've been out this morning, I posted a picture. I don't know if you saw the picture that I posted on my Facebook wall. I guess it's been, golly, time flies, a couple hours ago from earlier this morning. Let me see if I can pull up that picture and show everybody what it looked like. It may or may not work. Sometimes this does and doesn't when you're trying to make a computer do 2 to 3 things at one time. All right, let's scroll down here. I'm getting there. A little bit of slow here. Let's see here. Reggie McKee just sent me some pictures. All right, now let me pull this up. Here's some pictures. Let me throw this on the screen here. This was from my house earlier this morning. That was at about 4 a.m. this morning when I took that. So a little messy there. And let me see here. Reggie, see if that will pull up here. And this is DeKalb is what I'm getting here in this picture here. So that's a good bit downtown DeKalb. Look at that. And look at that. Wow. Pretty scenery, though, isn't it? If you've got a picture, we'd love to. That's going to be over there right off Highway 16. I think that used to be Fred's, if I'm not mistaken, there in DeKalb. So, again, I'd love to see your pictures. You can pass that along to us. Let's go back and see what else we've got, some other highlights and things. And we're going to go to some cameras around the state and show you what the rest of it looks like. And then we'll get into to radar here in a little while and show you what's expected for the rest of the day, because it's going to turn to rain, so this will go away. If you've got some snow, enjoy it while you can. The line, again, is I talked to several people. You'll leave 493 and about where you get into the Broadmoor areas where it starts getting to be just kind of sprinkles of snow on the hoods of cars, not as thick as it is north of here. And again, I've seen a lot in Kemper County that had a bunch this morning. So share your pictures if you got them. We'd love to see those. Let's see what else I've got here going on. The cold, as we look at what's still going to go on, let's take a look at what the National Weather Service tells us. This trending of cooler weather is going to continue for another 10 days. As we look at our highs and lows today, now keep in mind, it's only going to be 39, so if you've got to go anywhere today, bundle up. If you work outside, you'll probably keep warm moving around, but it's going to be chilly regardless. Tomorrow, 51 for a high, 28 tomorrow night, 26 tonight. Look at that low there. As we go through this, we'll get one day that we get 60 here, but back down in the 30s at night. 50s for the most part throughout the day. We don't have any more really chances of rain this week. As we look ahead to Monday the 25th, we'll keep into the 50s during the day. One day hit 60 through the 25th, and mostly 30 degrees at night. So that's chilly stuff as we go through this through January. Could February be the rough one? You know, they said in the beginning that this winter was going to be mild into some that we've had in the past. And we go back and we look at records that were set on this date. 1949, it was 82, so it was warm. But in 62, today was 3 degrees. Big difference in between what it is now. Now, another thing is I've had about 5 calls of people saying, boy, I wish I was in the woods. So what is the forecast to hunt today if you can sneak away for a few minutes? Well, today is listed as a better day than most. Last week, they were average days. So in between now and the end of the month, it's going to be a great day. Your second major time is going to be lunchtime to about 2 o'clock, and then you'll have another good run there this afternoon from 5:30 until 6. That'll be right after dark, but do not miss it this afternoon if you can be there. So that's the times. Lunchtime is being shown as the best of the best today if you can make it to the woods. Let's see. Tammy Godwin is up in Tennessee this morning. Chris Walker's up in Collinsville. Let's see, and again, if you've got a report for us, post that, and I can pass that along to everybody else. Let's go over and pull this up and pull up some, let's go on the west side of Jackson. And let me pull this up here and show you what we've got This is Jackson, Mississippi, coming in from Vicksburg. If you'll see all the snow there, and that's a good bit there. Let's see if I can pull this back up and take you over to where Forest is in that area there, and see what it looks like there. And it is saying unavailable at the present time at Forest. That was showing a little bit ago. And also, let's see here. This should be on the east side of Jackson is where this is. Let's pull this up where you can see it. This is after you get right past, what is that, Bass Pro Shop. This is on the other side of that, going toward that. So a lot of snow in the Jackson area. All right, let's switch back and let me see. I think I got some Louisiana cameras that I can also show you what's going on across into Louisiana. Yeah, let's go to Monroe as you're coming into Monroe. And this is going to be where that is. I don't know how well this will. Yeah, it's not going to show a big picture of this, but let's pull this up. This is Monroe, Louisiana. As you can see, there's snow on both sides of it. For whatever reason, that would not load to a big picture to take the full screen. But anywhere west of our area has got a bunch of this. So if you're traveling out of town that way, be careful because it is a bunch out there on the roads and stuff. Slush is what we're getting in between now from here to over to Newton. I hadn't heard from the Forest area in between there and Newton. So if you know something about those roads, let me know so we can pass that along also. Well, as you're getting ready for whatever you got to do today, my friend, he's a close friend of mine. I like him a whole bunch out there at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. If you hadn't shopped with Joe in a while, go visit. One of the nicest stores that you'll visit, one of the cleanest too on top of that. The best meat market that you just can't beat it around. Of course, they've got apples. You can get those for $3.99 for a 3-pound bag. You can get those Florida strawberries. How about some grapefruits if you're trying to watch that? Also, Jif Creamy or Crunchy Peanut Butter, 2 for $5 for that 16-ounce jar. You can also get the Fruity Pebbles, the Captain Crunch, 2 for $4 for that 10-ounce bag. You can get the Piggly Wiggly special of the week there, the Hamburger Helper. That makes a great one there. Also, as we go along, had somebody walk up over there. Miss Angie, everything good?
Kyle said that Highway 45's not bad.
Highway 45.
Okay.
Okay, Highway 45 is what she was telling me was good up to about where you get where the old cotton gin was, and it changes a little bit northward there toward Lauderdale. So we'll come back and touch on that. But you can get yourself some Chex Mix there also at the Piggly Wiggly. As you go on up, Dixie Crystals, if you're needing sugar, who doesn't need that? I have to have it for my coffee. The 4-pound bag, $2.29. As you go on, if you're going to be doing steaks or anything this week, $3.99 for that a pound there for the top sirloin steaks. Also, you can get beef shoulder roast, or maybe you need some Boston butt, $1.19 a pound. And that pork loin, $1.59 a pound. Pork chops, too, $1.99 a pound. Anything that you're looking for, even down to some wieners for a quick meal there for the kids, they'll have it for you, along with Coca-Cola products. All at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in and see Joe today. He'll help you in any way he can, get you on the road and get you safe to your car. And boy, a great place to come out and visit with friends as you go there. Now, let's switch to radar now. Let's go back over and take a look at what we've got going on with radar this morning. Let's pull this up here. And again, what Angie was telling me was if you're headed north out of Meridian or coming in from the Lauderdale area, about where the cotton gin is where the road gets a little bit slushier as you're headed on up that way. That's kind of the line there, and that follows along with what we put out yesterday. All right, here's radar this morning. If we will look at this, this is almost all turned. This is Clark County here. Mostly rain as you come into Lauderdale County. Still a little bit up here in the West Lauderdale area that is the mix. And let's turn on locations so you can see what's going on here. As we zoom in on this, this is going to be West Lauderdale High School right here. This is the elementary. This is the high school. This is Chet's Paint and Body over here. This is quickly turning into rain as it comes across. This is going to be Obadiah up here by the old Bell South building. As you get up here, now this is going to be Arkadelphia Baptist Church, a little bit of the mix left there. And again, the rain is coming, all this green, and it will most likely melt this stuff quickly. As we go into Kemper County, it looks now through Porterville, starting to get a little bit of the rain there up through here. This is going to be the Cowboy Church there at Porterville, where you turn West Townsend Road and go over toward DeKalb. Still getting the sleet here through the area from Damascus. That's where the fire department is. This is the coal plant, West Kemper, and also Kemper Academy right through there. Still snow on the west side of this, up by Siples Mills, up in the Preston area, Linville area, still getting some snow this morning. So if you're in there, enjoy that while you got it. Now, as we go to Neshoba County, still look at this heavy snow up here on the northern end of the county, and that's going to be Arlington, back up in Marty Stewart land up in here in this area. We've still got some snow out by Pearl River coming down. The Neshoba County Fairgrounds still getting snow. Starting to get the mix now as we come out of Newton County here. This is East Central Community College. As you come on up, this is going to be the Dollar General there in Union, getting some sleet and things. And the further north you go, as you'll see, this is starting to be snow up in this area here around the Macon area. Mississippi State still getting a lot in Columbus. And those areas. Out to our east, as you step across that Bama state line, all turning to rain now. The Demopolis area, Tuscaloosa has rain. It's very, just that edge there as you go up here just to the east of Macon and Columbus that still has a little bit of snow on the edge of Alabama. So conditions are changing. Now, if we turn this off, if you'll remember, this was that line that they had right through here last night that came across through this area, and that was the line. It got pushed a little bit, but it still did snow in these areas. All down through this area here did get some flurries, but not near the amount of snow that happened north of the Meridian line on into Kemper County. And I suggest anywhere from, if you're down here in Waynesboro coming north, anywhere through here, any bridge that you encounter, be careful. Now, as you get to the city limits of Meridian, you'll have some slush. The further north you go, the worse it's going to be. And also north of 20 here, the Newton area here. If you go north in these areas toward Neshoba County and the Philadelphia area, be careful. Kemper County has a lot. Also does Neshoba and Winston County, probably one of the heavier hit areas. And I have not gotten pictures from Winston, but radar has indicated it's been a steady flow in the Louisville area. So if you've got some pictures and you're from the Louisville area, would love to hear from you to show what has been going on in your area this morning. So this is a sort of a quick rundown. We've gone over the areas that have closings this morning. Let me make sure we hadn't gotten any more. Collinsville, let's see here. Robin Miller, good morning. Hey, from Florida. Tammy Radcliffe Godwin. Woo. In Florida. Good morning to Iris Buckley. How are you doing? Good morning. Everyone drive safe, she says. No new reports there of anything that has been bad on the roads there. So if you've got a report, love to hear from you. Candace is going to come back and join me this morning at 8:30, and we'll go over some news and different things that are going on in the area. So make sure to join us then. We'll go over the local news and more weather updates as the morning progresses. And I'd like to thank you for coming in and joining me this morning. I do appreciate it. We'll have more updates as the morning goes on here at Scotty Ray's Weather. Again, thanks.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by